Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Maddie, and I post new Sims content every Tuesday and Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern time. And today we are getting into my Sims dream wedding. Well, it's not really a dream wedding, it's just how I had my Sims get married. I just like how she looked for the wedding, but I did try my best to actually put together an ensemble of an actual wedding. So we're gonna get right on into it. If you guys enjoy seeing more content like this, speaking of which, I did do some detective videos because I just started my detective career. Because this game, I am trying my hardest not to cheat in it. But anyway, like I said, if you guys like seeing content like this, please let me know with a like. If you guys have any suggestions, comments, concerns, please leave it down below in the comment section. And once again, if you guys like coming to hang out with me, let me know with a subscribe, as once again, I do post twice a week now. So yeah, let's get into it. So obviously I wanted to set the scene, do things right. So I had my Mr. Romeo. His name's not Romeo, but I'm just going to call him Romeo. Anyway, I had my Mr. Romeo ask me on a date so that way we can go out and just have a nice meal together and hopefully end up popping the question to your girl. Anywho, I am also currently building my New Crest world. So if you guys are interested in seeing those builds, I've got 2 up currently. I'll have them up above and down below in the comment section. And then of course in future, I will continue to post the rest of my builds as I continue building out this map. But as of right now, we're going on this nice, lovely date. And now at this point, we're at the restaurant. We're gonna go get us a table, hopefully have a nice meal, be able to discuss where each other's heads is at as far as a future, because, you know, a little while ago, he asked me to move in. So at this point, we should be on the right track, I would think, but who knows, with people in Sims nowadays, you can just never be too sure. I can promise you that. But anywho, we're gonna get into this date. Like any regular restaurant, I just figured they would enjoy a really nice meal together. They get to enthuse about their relationship together, see if they're actually ready. You know, he's kind of testing the waters, trying to see if she's ready for the question to be popped. Although proposing should be like a no-brainer at this point. He's been with me since I've been in college. I've got this new, career. We moved in together, and recently we've been popping the question back and forth about sex. So if I feel like we could pop the question about the big S, we can pop the question about the big M. Okay, marriage. Let's get it going. Because at this point, what are we doing? We need to know if we're working towards this bigger future or if we're not. Because if we're not, mama can go play house elsewhere. You feel me? But I also wanted to make them, keep their purity or their virginity up until they got married. So while they were popping the question back and forth, I was either declining it or I accepted it and then declined the action. So that way they didn't lose any of their friendship bar from one person declining the other for these, things. So that way it seems like it was accepted. We just didn't do it. So that's how I kept them in check. And then of course their moodlets was just very lustful. We know, but they're absolutely adorable. I handmade this couple, of course, but I didn't make him in her household. So they actually got to get to know each other outside of living together and actually, move in together and explore different parts of being in a relationship as we would regularly in the real world, which is what I'm just trying to do with this game while I'm not trying to cheat. So we are going to continue and see how this date goes. So my Sims finish up dinner and my boy's like, okay, I think now it's time to pop the question. She's looking good. She's 8. She had a good day at work. They've talked. They've laughed. So, of course, Junie, will you marry me? Oh my gosh. And it's so cute. They're the cutest little couple ever. And they have their little moment inside the restaurant. And I'm pretty sure all the other couples or all the other tables had left. So it was just them. And it was a really nice, cute moment. But obviously now both of them are tired as all get out. So it is time to retire back at home, start wedding planning, and get that going. So we're going to pay for the tab and head on out. And y'all, I have we get back from date night, I put them to bed. Tell me why now Junie has food poisoning. Food poisoning. You've got to be kidding me. Anything that can go wrong for them literally goes wrong for them. Just wait till we get to the wedding. Y'all are going to be so what the heck? It is crazy. But anyway, I take her to the doctor. She gets some medication and she starts to feel better. And then we can get on to wedding planning. So first things first, I noticed that we don't have a whole lot of interactions or connections with other Sims. So I figured we would have a engagement dinner or a little like engagement party to one, familiarize ourselves with a few more Sims, and two, have them play a part in our wedding because we don't have technically other family since these are the start out of their generation. And y'all, I understand at a lot of points in time I can be a little slower than most. I didn't realize I was coming to a museum or something that was displaying of an estate essentially. So I had to turn this little estate into an engagement dinner party. There's nowhere for us to sit, nowhere for us to eat, nowhere. Like, this is a museum. I will be paying a lot more attention to where I have parties or events at from now on because I don't know why I chose to do this. But it did turn out nice and I was able to make it work because obviously with us having the event, that would be minus 1,000 simoleons for us, which is not good because we're not rich and I'm not cheating. So we've got to make the best of the situation. Put a grill out back. Let my hubby grill some shish kebabs for everybody to eat. There's a celebration bucket. We can celebrate some champagne, give some speeches, and yeah, get to know these people, assign them what their role is going to be in our wedding, and move on to the wedding day. So I went ahead and asked this lady in purple to be our officiant. Wasn't really sure why, but she gave officiant. She had on white gloves. I don't know. But I went ahead and went with her for that. And everybody else just kind of fell where they could. Like the girl with the pink hair, I had her be the flower girl because she had pink hair. So, and then this girl right here that my husband just hugged, she started acting crazy, like wild, and got naked in the middle of the dinner party and everything, y'all. I had to kick her out. I had to kick her out, revoke her status from what she was supposed to be in the wedding, like all of that jazz. And he goes to ask Nancy to be a part of the wedding. I can't even remember what part of the wedding she was invited to be, but she seems receptive to it, so it'll be what it is. Anyway, we're gonna finish up assigning roles and then we're gonna head to the wedding. But right before we do, I thought it'd be really good to go ahead and get some pre-wedding photos, some engagement photos. I think these are so cute. I honestly adore these photos. So at this point, we made it back home and I'm about to get to making the wedding cake. I had to cheat my Sims baking level because, or cooking level, I should say, because she's good at baking, not cooking. But apparently making a wedding cake classifies as cooking. So I had to cheat her cooking level from 5 to 8. Anywho, we went ahead and went with a 3-tiered cake. And my fiance decides to keep me company by chatting with me instead of baking the cake with me. But it's all good. He's still being quite helpful with his banter. And now we're going to get to decorating this bad boy. We can't have no plain cake at the wedding. And I thought level 8, gourmet cooking was supposed to make you like an ace boom coon with decorating cakes. But I don't know what she's doing over there on that cake because it looks awful. It don't look nearly as what the picture looked like. But I am going to say she just started and she getting sidetracked talking to a man. Now she want to tell a story and get all of it. Yeah, she's just getting real sidetracked at the moment. But the cake does turn out really well. And she's so animated. Look at this. Like, what are you? What could you possibly be talking about? I get it. She's a detective, but she don't see nothing to that magnitude where she's and like, girl, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I be with you like all the time, so I know whatever you talking about is a lie. But anywho, here is the final product of the cake. It does look really nice. I do end up adding a gold topper to the top of it, but there goes our cake for the wedding. Now on to the wedding. So unfortunately, when we got to the venue for the wedding, it was raining outside, but she still looked beautiful as ever. Who behind her? That is not her dad or anything like that, but looking at that angle, I probably should have used him as like a little like dad figure, like to have him walk her down the aisle, but he was just sim of honor at that point in time, so he doesn't really hold any weight in the ceremony. But anywho, the officiant has already walked down the aisle, the sim of honor has walked down the aisle, and now my lovely fiance has walked down the aisle and he's waiting on me to come on down. And what really irritated me was everybody just showing up so late. Like, the wedding had already been rolling for like 30 minutes. But anyway, here comes the flower girl, and she was stingy with her flowers. Let me tell you something, too little. But that's all right, because it's mama's time to shine. It's her time to strut down the aisle. But And they look absolutely adorable. Not quite sure where the flower girl is going, but we don't care because it is our day and we're getting married. Anywho, it's time for the ring bearer to walk on down the aisle so we can get our rings and we can exchange our vows and we can talk about just how in love and made for each other we are, because technically you guys were definitely made for each other. I made him for her, and yeah, I'm just happy about that. But they're having their little exchange of their rings, the cutest little thing. And of course, for any good wedding photo, we had to boot the officiant on out the way so that way we can get a clear shot of our love. And y'all, look at these two clumsy goofs. They try to go in for a second kiss, and look at that. End up banging their heads on each other. I don't even understand how that happens. I've never seen that happen before. But they're in love and they're finally married, and I'm happy for them. So we can go and do our strut down the aisle together as Mr. and Mrs. Paz. Paz. I'm not even sure how I would pronounce it, but his last name is P-A-Z. I think I'm gonna go with Paz. But regardless, her last name will be hyphenated, so she is now Junie Solace Paz. How cute! They are so adorable. And now we can head to the reception. But y'all obviously know before we hit the reception, we've got to take some new we just got married photos. Obviously, our engagement photos are posted in our house now, so our marriage photos can go right on next to them. We're creating memories, babe. Oh, they're so adorable. I love it. And as everybody's throwing rice to congratulate the new couple, we have an emergency situation health-wise, which if food poisoning a few days before the wedding, actually the day of engagement, wasn't bad enough, my husband's appendix has ruptured. It has burst, and now he needs an appendectomy. So could the timing be any more perfect? Absolutely not. I don't think so. I don't think it could be any more perfect. But at this point, we're already in the reception, and so I just figured we'd go ahead and finish the ceremony out, and then we can take you on to the hospital. But is that selfish? I will say he did have prior moodlets of his stomach hurting, but they would go away, so I wasn't really paying much attention to it. And yeah, that's about all. But they looked super happy during the whole time. He didn't have any bad moodlets. Like, he wasn't, tense or anything. He was good. He was a trooper. And he did make it through surgery, guys. So there's nothing wrong with him. My husband is still here. Okay. I didn't kill him or nothing like that. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any suggestions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below in the comments section for me. If you guys like this video, let me know by subscribing and giving me a thumbs up. And yeah, I hope to see you guys again in another video of mine. If you guys haven't checked out my detective videos, or if you guys haven't searched any hidden worlds yet in The Sims, I would suggest you do so because they are fun to explore. I have videos on my page if you guys want to go there for them. But yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Once again, walk by faith, not by fear. Y'all love you. I love you. Have a great evening.